The enterprise architecture landscape is undergoing a massive structural realignment. We are no longer simply selecting static systems of record. We're engineering intelligent, agent-enabled environments. Today, we're tearing down the multi-million-dollar operational reality of embedding AI directly into your enterprise core. This explainer serves as a comprehensive architectural blueprint, examining the deep integration of SAP, Microsoft Dynamics 365, and agentic AI workflows.
We're moving through this material systematically, 6 specific chapters. We'll start with the baseline operational risk of AI adoption, move into the 2-tier ERP framework, and conduct a technical postmortem of AI workflow integration. Then we map out the human blueprint, the infrastructure for agentic governance, and finally, a rigid chronological action plan. Let's get to it.
Section 1. High-stakes executive hook.
The margin for error in deploying enterprise AI has completely evaporated. Look at the data. According to recent surveys from the Futurum Group, 45% of buyers now cite immediate time to value as a primary purchase criterion. 35% explicitly demand proven ROI before they sign the check. The era of adopting AI just for the experimental novelty? That's over. Enterprises require AI to be embedded so deeply into the operational workflow that it generates tangible, measurable financial returns.
And that brings us to a non-negotiable architectural law: process before platform. You cannot overlay a tool like SAP Joule or Microsoft Copilot onto fractured organizational data and expect optimization. It doesn't work. Automating an unengineered, broken manual process just forces an inefficiency to fail faster and at scale. Foundational data hygiene and rigid process engineering must be absolutely locked down before a single agentic workflow is deployed.
Section 2. The 2-tier ERP Core.
To build that structurally sound foundation, organizations are fundamentally redesigning their underlying systems. Capgemini's research identifies a definitive shift away from monolithic systems toward an AI-first 2-tier ERP strategy. This is a strict architectural allocation based on function. On one side, you have SAP S/4HANA serving as the global digital backbone. It enforces standardization, tight governance, and handles your complex, highly regulated global operations. On the other side, Microsoft Dynamics 365 acts as the second-tier ERP. It's deployed where speed and agility matter more than global standardization, specifically for subsidiaries, regional hubs, or post-merger entities. You deploy SAP where you need scale. You deploy Dynamics 365 where you need speed.
The financial case for this architecture is already proven. The Capgemini Research Institute notes that 62% of organizations are currently increasing their generative AI investments. But here is the critical metric. Those who successfully scale these capabilities across business functions are realizing up to a 1.7 times return on investment. AI-driven ERP innovation is a current operational differentiator. It is not a future state.
Section 3. AI workflow integration post-mortem.
Achieving that 1.7 times ROI requires precise technical execution. The workflow layer is the new strategic choke point. Integration is the decisive factor. AI initiatives fail when tools sit outside the primary systems of record, because that forces human operators to switch contexts or manually transfer data. SAP's strategy with Joule is to embed generative AI directly into core applications, like S/4HANA, SuccessFactors, and Ariba. By remaining inside the ERP interface, AI shifts from being a conversational novelty to a direct execution engine within the core business process.
Let's look at the back end. Connecting these AI agents to your system of record requires rigorous protocol management. Microsoft Learn documentation breaks down the exact connectivity options based on your environment. Modern transactional systems like SAP S/4HANA Cloud rely on the OData protocol, secured by OAuth or SAML. However, older on-premises systems like SAP ECC maintain connectivity via legacy BAPI and RFC interfaces, typically utilizing Kerberos or X.509 certificates routed through an on-premises data gateway.
But beyond traditional APIs, we are seeing a massive shift toward the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Unlike static API integration, MCP allows large language models to dynamically identify and retrieve the exact data payloads required from the SAP system. This is what enables a copilot to operate with genuine situational awareness. It fundamentally changes how data is queried, retrieved, and injected into the workflow.
Section 4. The human blueprint. Technology alone does not ensure adoption.
we have to look at the human element. We are dealing with severe employee change fatigue, and we must protect user identity capital during these massive software rollouts. AI must lower the cognitive load on your frontline users. SAP Joule mitigates this friction through 4 explicit interaction patterns. First, informational, answering direct queries like what is our current stock level. Second, navigational, bypassing complex menus to route users directly to the correct interface. Third, transactional, enabling the execution of cross-system orders using natural language. And fourth, analytical, generating complex visualizations on demand.
But critically, this intelligence has to be heavily gated. Joule operates with a security-first mandate, automatically inheriting existing SAP user authorization and authentication rights. An AI agent must respect established organizational permissions. If an employee does not have clearance to view specific HR or financial data in the traditional ERP, the AI copilot will not expose it. Period. This is how you protect sensitive data while deploying context-aware intelligence tailored to specific roles.
Section 5. Agentic Governance and Security. As we empower AI to take action, we introduce severe new risks. Embedded AI inherently increases governance pressure. Moving AI from a passive chatbot to an active participant in core operations amplifies the absolute need for oversight. When autonomous agents operate across the SAP Business Data Cloud or interact bidirectionally with Microsoft 365, enterprises must enforce rigid auditability. You simply cannot deploy agents without a comprehensive accountability model tracking every single cross-system execution.
Securing this traffic requires robust integration layers. Organizations typically deploy either the SAP Business Technology Platform or Azure Integration Services as proxy controls. SAP BTP leverages the SAP Cloud Connector to safely bridge firewall protections, applying strict API management policies. Conversely, if your SAP system already runs natively on Azure, you utilize Azure Integration Services with virtual network peering. This allows access via internal IPs, drastically reducing latency and ensuring your SAP system never exposes endpoints to the public internet.
Section 6. Chronological Action Plan. Strategy without execution is meaningless. Let's look at a tactical, phase-by-phase playbook derived from Capgemini's assessment approach. Phase 1 is discovery, benchmarking your core workflows like order-to-cash or procure-to-pay against industry standards. Phase 2 is evaluation, assessing platform fit and total cost of ownership. Phase 3 is the recommendation, finalizing an objective architecture that proves whether a 2-tier model is actually feasible for your specific footprint. Finally, Phase 4, defining the roadmap. This is where you plot exact deployment templates and establish hard value realization milestones.
But throughout this roadmap, you must prioritize what we call Phase A stability. Before you chase advanced agentic cross-system orchestration, your baseline operational integrity must be impenetrable. Clean data migration, verified financial ledgers, reconciled inventory valuations. These are the non-negotiable prerequisites. I cannot stress this enough. Advanced software demonstrations will not save a structurally flawed operational environment.
This architectural shift demands total executive alignment. As AI-driven actions embed themselves deeply into your daily operational execution, you have to ask yourself a critical question. Is your enterprise governance model technically and structurally ready to control the workflow layer? The technology to do this is available today, but the architectural discipline to wield it effectively, that has to come from you.